It is an all Las Vegas front row. Aaron McMorran going to start on pole as the fast qualifier tonight. The 22, Sam Jackson, the outside of the front row in the number 29.
Row 2 be the 25 of Las Vegas native Peyton Saxton and the 24G of Nathan Gasser. Gasser out of Fort Lupton, Colorado, make up row number 2.
Moving back into row number 3, going to be Jeff Longman, Shelby Strobel in the 24, and then the last car we can see out on the racetrack, the 2B, Steve Brucker. Rounding out this heat race lineup as the field continuing to cycle around under yellow, as they're going to give them a few laps just to make sure that everything is dried up, ready to go, and give the drivers a chance to get a feel for the track conditions behind the Bullring Toyota Camry pace car here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Bullring as we get ready for some modified action. 10 laps the distance for the heat races tonight for the modified. Plenty of things to do here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but of course racing on the docket here, and we were excited about that as Aaron McMorran, multi-time track champion, as we were talking about, doesn't really run the modified a whole lot. Dusted it off for this weekend, brought it back out. Sam Jackson has been running modifieds all up and down the West Coast and throughout the Southwest. The 29 car winner with the Spears Manufacturing Modified Tour earlier on in the years. The 24 has got winners coming out onto the racetrack. The 24A, that is, one of the heavy hitters in the state of California when it comes to modified racing. The beautifully prepared 24 for Ferrari Farms going to join up with the rest of the field, get into the correct starting positions, and then as soon as they're gridded up, ready to go.
So everyone in this first heat race advances to the A feature for the modifieds. We'll be running that tomorrow. All 8 of these cars will be in the first 4 rows of the modified feature tomorrow. Where they start will depend on the finish order of this race.
And with this, drivers getting a few laps to try and see how the track is, make sure that they can do some hard laps and that everything is dried up properly, and then they will give them the signal to bunch them up into 2x2 formation, and we will get ready for that first 10-lap heat race here at the Bullring. Again, the field making sure that racetrack is A-OK. Caution lights getting ready to blink on in just a few moments' time as they'll give them a few more laps to try and get some more heat in the tires, heat in the track, and make sure that we are good to go. So problems for Jeff Longman, actually, before the heat race even starts. The 11 car for the racer out of Utah, pulling off the racetrack in turn number 1, pulls into the pit area. So tough break for Jeff Longman, who hopefully can get that car back out onto the racetrack before the start of this one, but could be an early end of the heat race. The worst he's going to start, though, is 8th, because he did make it into the top 8 in qualifying for these modifieds. Again, Klotz lubricants, Cometic gaskets jumping on board to welcome this division in. We heard Aaron McMorran when we looped in some of the Open Wheel Showdown interviews from social media saying that 75 laps, just his speed, that is 75 laps going to be the distance coming up tomorrow. And man, oh man, does he want to hold on from pole position for this heat race so that he can get pole position for that 75 lap showdown here coming up. For $5,000 on the line for the modifieds, that is a big payday. Longman ducked into the pits, whatever the problem was, able to come back out and is now rejoined the field at the tail end of the field.
Lights out on the Camry pace car as we hit the back stretch. Now might be a good time to stretch those legs as we send off this first heat race, Las Vegas style, here in the Open Wheel Showdown at the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Everybody's looking for the green flag off of corner number 4. We're green and go.
Aaron McMorran leads the way going into turn number 1 with Sam Jackson, who's outside carrying a lot of momentum as they race side by side down the back straightaway for that first spot. The 24G Gasser moves down to the low side as Brucker trying to come around the high side of the 2 car down the front straight. And their early race leader to be Aaron McMorran slotting out in front as Longman pulls into the pit area after completing only 1 lap. Peyton Saxton in the 25, keeping right with your top 2 as it is Vegas 1, 2, 3, and almost 3 wide with winners getting on the flat after contact with Gasser in the 24G.
2 laps down as we hit the back straightaway. Aaron McMorran beginning to pull away from the 29 of Sam Jacks. Puts about 2 car lengths between the 22 and the 29. Under assault from the third spot, the 29 car. Peyton Saxton's right there as he drifts back about a car length into turn number 3. Will complete lap number 4 this time by.
Saxton sticking right with the 29 of Jacks. Jacks trying to keep the 25 of Saxton at bay as they head down the back straight, but McMorran able to pull out about a 2 car length advantage.
Coming up off of corner number 4, still Aaron McMorran. 2 car lengths out in front of the 29 of Sam Jacks. The 25, Peyton Saxton in 3rd position. And then we go back about 5 car lengths to the 2B of Stephen Brucker. Brucker, who started near the tail end of the field, up into the 4th position as the trio of cars, 5th, 6th, and 7th on the speedway, tightening up.
Again, clicking off laps with 7 laps in the books this time by the start-finish line. 3 laps left to run for Aaron McMorran as he comes by the start-finish line. Jack starting to close back in as Brucker is really charged from the tail end of the field up into the 4th position. Winners now to the inside of Gasser as they head down the back straightaway, further on back in the battle for the 5th position, but McMorran comes off at turn number 4 with just 2 laps left to run for the 22.
Well, Nathan Gasser in the 24G has that 5th spot. And the 24 of Shelby Strobel wants it. They fall back into single file racing, heading back to turn number 8. White flag this time by for race leader Aaron McMorran.
McMorran out in front of a 4-car train that is broken away from 5th place running Scott winners in the 24A into turn number 3 for the final time. And off at turn 4, the checkered flag flies. Aaron McMorran gets heat race win number 1 on the evening in the number 22. McMorran ahead of Sam Jacks, Peyton Saxton, Stephen Brucker. The 24A of Scott winners, Shelby Strobel, Nathan Gasser, and Jeff Longman rounds out your 8 finishers in heat race number 1. And that is how they are going to start tomorrow night's main event for your top 8 with Aaron McMorran getting ready to lead the field to the green for 75 laps.
Well, if you're standing in front of the roulette wheel tonight, ladies and gentlemen, maybe put a bet on the 22 because tell you what, Aaron looked very strong.
And that is that home track advantage that we were talking about. Top 3 all Vegas regulars as heat race number 2 getting ready to come out onto the racetrack next.